Alright, so Cole's over here drawing a picture like a 2-year-old.
Hey.
Just kidding.
It's like more like a 1-year-old.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Death by Boost, episode 12 of the Rail from Hell. I'm Craig. This is Cole.
Oh my God, she's pretty.
So today we're gonna wrap up on the suspension, and then we're gonna start building the seat for this beast right here.
So the only thing we're thinking about is the potential of moving this far. I know some of you guys have mentioned it in the previous videos. We kind of thought that way too. We got a little bit ahead of ourselves, but realistically we may or may not have to. But if we do, it's not really a big deal. We can move it up, we can move it out, we can put a bend to it. It doesn't really matter. But then once we get this seat in, we're gonna actually be able to see where the dash is gonna go, where the steering linkage is gonna run through, where all the electrical equipment's gonna be stored, where the air ride tank is gonna be placed. So this is gonna really start finishing it off.
I want to give a special thanks to Jegs for saving you guys some money. There's a link down below. Go ahead and click on it. It'll take you over to Jegs with special discounts. You won't regret it.
All right, guys, so we are gonna be taking, and Craig came up with this really badass idea to repurpose the shocks from the front Volkswagen motor, and we're gonna be putting the shock setup down in here. And to get that to connect to the frame, Craig also came up with a repurposing of the front little ears on top of the Volkswagen front end to cup notch them out and then tie it into the frame.
Alright guys, got the rear shocks on now. Got the bracket welded up here. Got it bolted into the control arm. We got to do some with the sway bar though. It's twisting out so far from it being lowered this far. It's not designed for that. Not a big deal. That end actually popped off. Thanks Chinese junk. I have to get new ends for it. But that's done. Cole is over here. We're making a template for the sides. We'll show you more exactly what that means here in a second. So we're gonna cut that up real quick, and then we're gonna cut a contour into it and figure out how to sit in this thing. Alright, so Cole's over here drawing a picture like a 2-year-old.
Hey.
Just kidding.
It's like more like a 1-year-old.
And I'm over here sitting in the car. We're trying to figure out a starting point for getting this to match the contour of the body. So
it'll continue out, obviously.
Yep. Plus we need to protect from this beast back here and noggin and everything else. So we're taking all that into account. So this is where we're at so far. We're gonna get this shaved out. We'll get a rough idea. We're not gonna cut too much off at first, and then we'll start shaving more and more off until it's comfortable. And then we will start making the pan.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So stick with it. So here's what we got for the general profile. This darker line here. We're gonna cut that out and test it out. This is really tough. I mean, nothing easy about this. Could be some trial and error, but it's gonna look really slick, and we'll actually be able to sit in it comfortably and naturally. Because every time we sit in it, our back is kind of bowed backwards because you're not resting against anything. So once this is in there, we'll be able to actually lean our back against it. It's gonna be just a narrow piece to put our back on, but at least it'll get us an idea where we're going, and then we can put the full sheet metal in there.
All right, guys, so what we've decided to do is we are going to make the firewall right now. We already have the seat side piece already mocked up on that bar, on that sheet right there. But Craig jumped ahead and decided to start mapping out the back firewall right here. So that's what he's doing over here. He's clamping up a straight edge here to use the plasma cutter. And we're gonna cut out this. We're gonna make it to where we cut all this out, notch out for the piping for around the back here. and then we'll lay the full sheet in, and then we will use what the car is to trace out the curves and whatnot to make life a little bit easier. Plasma time?
Plasma time. All right, Cole's over here cutting out the second template. This is the first template, how it turned out. So this is actually the head. That's the back. So it goes in there like that. And then we're gonna skin it with metal all the way across. It's gonna be like one big bench seat.
All right, guys, so we got the back firewall all put in there. Craig got that cut out. We just thrown some tack welds along the back of it here. And that's gonna really be nice to have that blocking yourself from the engine. And then I just got through cutting these out with a plasma cutter. These little side wings here, and that's gonna be the shape of the backrest for the seat. And we have the other one over here. We're gonna tack weld those into the back of this pan, and then we will be able to probably start shaping the actual piece that you're gonna be sitting on. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so Craig just got through throwing some tack welds along the back here of the firewall. So this is all completely on. When we're done, we'll jack the car up, finish the tack welds on the bottom where we couldn't reach. We did get a couple down there to throw, just to kind of throw some integrity together while we keep mocking this up.
And I'm actually gonna double down on all these and get more welds on here.
Okay.
Yeah.
To make it a little more, I mean, it's pretty damn solid as it is, but
Yep. And then
it'll.
the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna weld in the side pieces for the seat. So when these are in, if anyone's familiar with like building a half pipe or something, you build side pieces first, and then you put the plywood on there, and you basically form it to that same shape. So that's what we're doing with these. So these are the side pieces. We're not gonna get to actually put the seat in today, but we're gonna at least get these pieces on. All right, so we got it outside now. Check it out. So we got the firewall completely in, got the side panels on for the seat. So once we get the sheet metal in there, it's gonna nice form to all that. We got the front end cut, so now it's slamming all the way to the ground, and the air shocks are doing all the work now.
So check this out. So it actually responds a lot better with that spring being cut out. You'll watch it. It'll actually raise and lower appropriately at the right speeds. So there's all the way up. And then watch how fast it actually resettles. And it's on the ground.
Heck yeah.
It's like way quicker.
Way quicker. And we're using an air compressor, which doesn't have that much air in there right now, so that's why it took so long to go up.
Right.
And then
back here, yeah, Craig got these welded on and
yep, so
drilled.
Got the back shocks done.
So look at that. Look at it, come up real nice and close. See, it actually looks really cool. People won't even know unless you watch the video that we actually did what we did.
Yep, it looks factory as far as the Corvette suspension is.
Heck yeah.
Cool. So in the next video, we'll be putting the sheet metal in. We're going to concentrate on the seat. I feel like that's going to take almost an entire episode just to do the seat. This took almost all day just to do this.
Yeah, the rear shocks. Yeah. And we did a couple of little things here and there just to fill in while somebody else was working.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it off there. This is episode 12. There's a whole playlist of this entire build, so if you haven't seen any of the other ones, go check them out. Please hit that like button and subscribe. And thanks for watching.
See you guys.